So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go with round number 1. It's gonna be Ka-DPS versus Server to start things off, and my name is Daks, and I'll be joined by Billy later on into this match. Had to suddenly have an emergency there to fix up, but he will be back and ready to go as soon as possible. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, our first match of the night. And don't worry, I've been solo casting ever since I ever started, and this is pretty much my bread and butter to begin with. Team Ka-DPS and Team Server are gonna be first match there on the top left. And it will be interesting to see who's going to be moving on to face off against either Ohana Shame and Kiwi Noise. And if you guys have been viewers of this stream for quite a while already, you are going to be familiar with the name Server. Because Team Server, a participant in the New Wave Invitationals, they have a pretty different roster in that one, but they will have some members that we are familiar with to begin with. You got Nelson's Mercy and Vernon there as a tank, a DPS, as well as the support in that roster, and they are going to be joined by Kenny G, Tapma King, as well as Said 10. In the meantime, for Ka-DPS, actually, this team has been playing Overwatch for quite a while. I've seen them in, around, and over everywhere in that circuit, and as MSV, Sexy Pinoy Boy, he's just a sexy boy right there. LC, Brown Grizzly, Factual Flow, as well as Curry Server. So it really feels like this first match is, as Bimby has kept on coining it, is going to be a sweaty one. It will be featuring so many members here that have been familiar with Overwatch for quite a while already, and I can't wait to see what the Clashfest is going to start off on. If you guys remember from the introduction, we were talking about how this was formed over the months, and well, we have 8 teams right now looking to participate in some Overwatch action. Our prize pool is still going to be secret till tomorrow, so if you guys do want to contribute to that one, you know who to DM and everything, and all the like. We do this for the community, and we really just want to give everyone a slice of the pie, figure out what is to give them out, and for everyone who's been participating, thank you for joining all these tournaments, bringing the community together in so many ways. So quick little recap of our upcoming maps. It's going to be Lijiang Tower to start things off. We are also going to have King's Row for our second map. And if we do go to a third map, we will go into Dorado next. So we start things off on Control, we move into Hybrid, and we move into Escort finally. We do have some contestants though for draws here and there, which we will confirm with the admins later on. But it seems like already, ladies and gentlemen, that our game is ready, set, and looking to get on going. It's going to be a really exciting time to say the least, and it seems like DPS is looking for a little bit more to fix things up. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know about me, my name is Daks. I have been casting Overwatch since 2017. It was my first game to ever casted, and well, I've branched out to StarCraft 2, to Valorant, to Pokemon VGC, to card games as well over my not so illustrious, okay lang career, honestly. And I've been working with Blizzard for quite a while already, doing the Open Division English broadcast for them, as well as I've been sent over to New York last 2018 for the Overwatch League Grand Finals, and then last year I was part of the Team Philippines delegation as well as the team itself as the head coach for BlizzCon 2019. So it has been an exciting time doing so many things for the community, with the community, and I can really say and attest that it has been a great time to play and watch and cast Overwatch over the years. Also, I do host weekly pugs here for the Overwatch PH community, which everyone is welcome to join. So if you see it live, you can just join in anyway, alongside Valorant right now, and for StarCraft 2 I was a caster for the SEA Games. But enough flexing about me. It really just goes to show that there's so many amazing people in the TSAPH community. Hopefully I can include myself, but to all the players hopping into this one, I thank you, and it seems like we are going good and ready to go. Ka-DPS gonna be on the blue hand side, Server on the red, and this is gonna be game number 1 here of the TSAPH Overwatch Clashfest. Let's get it on, let's get it done. It's truly gonna be an exciting time to say the least. And as we said before, as we move on into the map, we are gonna be going into a setup wherein we are only doing PSE1. So for everyone else who is not who is part of the community but not in the Philippines itself, or OFWs and the like, well, they might have a tougher time. But anyway, let's get it on, let's get it done, and let's get into the game. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are into our first map, Team Ka-DPS on the blue hand side, Ubis server on the red. My name is Daks, and join me later on into tonight, be Billy, but it is gonna be finally time to get into some Overwatch action. And hey, if you guys don't know what Overwatch is, this is gonna be a good introduction for you all. First things first about Overwatch, it's a 6v6 hero shooter. Every single character is different, they do different things all around with different weaponry and the like. Something also to note though, there are three different roles. You got tank, you got DPS, as well as support, and you are to play 2 of each into every single game. Anyway, though, it seems like we are going to get started. Skins enabled to give them a little bit of that extra flavor. And interesting enough for Ka-DPS, they are going to be playing a hybrid composition with the Winston and the Zarya. It seems like they are going to be focusing on close quarters with the Shotgunner, that is the Reaper, and the Freeze Lady, that is the Mei. So they are going to be looking to take control of the point as quick as can be and look to set up onto the backside. And meantime, for Urbo's server, it seems like it is going to be Mercy in her bread and butter. It's time for the Pharah with a Mercy there from Vernon. Nilsson's playing the Erase of all things alongside Kenny G on that Sigma. And there we go with the ice wall already. Good separation there from Ka-DPS, able to just push on in. And coordination is prime right now for the blue hand side, going for the capture right here, right now. Mercy though up above, already trying to charge up that barrage. 62% and counting. And a fun fact about Mercy, she has recently gotten masters on the DPS role. So it really goes to show a lot of practice right here, right now for Ubis server, not only in the New Wave Invitationals, but also here for the Clashfest. And into this one, staying onto the right-hand side. Rocket Barrage is available! It's time to let it rip onto Ka-DPS, making it rain! 2-3 kills on the board! Make that 4 already! And Mercy has been a shining star here now for the Ubis server, and she is no mercy giving out to the opposition. Beautiful wipe right there from Ubis server. They get the point on back, and thanks to the Pharah getting that quick ult charge, you can always rely on that if it is unmitigated. So it seems like a swap in order here for DPS. If they are going to be unable to protect themselves from the barrage, they have to do something else. And they play out the hit scan here for Brown Grizzly. I did like the composition earlier on though. It really showed a big focus of playing in close quarters. But right here, right now, it's going to be TSAPH team playing his own Mei. Mei versus Mei antics, and then the freeze wall here. Pretty much relic of the previous patch, but here comes Curry server right now with the coalescence into play. Kenny G though with a tag onto one, supercharger is available as well. Ubis server setting up into the choke point and looking to get the hold. Nilsson's Mercy on the board, make that 4 right now. Ubis server cleaning house and getting another wipe here. So on the controlled map, you are trying to get yourself to the 100% mark in over 100 seconds. And while the first one to get 2 rounds into this 3-round set will be the victor. The 3 variations of every control map, and you are to play them, almost all of them, at least once if need be. At the maximum, you know, this is filler. It's a follow and a filler of our format to begin with. For now, though, Ka-DPS is going to be having that Lucius Soundfire available. Interest speed booster from Factual Flow. They were very hesitant to go for the push. And immediately, without that speed, that is going to be the Rocket Barrage into play. Soundfire in response, Mercy does go down, but she has already gotten 2 value right there, right then, from the Rocketeer. And this is just going to be a quick wipe again. Ubis server not skipping a beat. Even though half of the roster, part of the SOP community, it really goes to show that, well, they do have that experience to begin with. And TK, even with the trash stuff, we'll keep the chat on. Hopefully we don't say anything that will get them stream banned or anything. But all I gotta say is it's all about flavor right here, right now. And with our members pretty close with one another, all I can say truly is this is gonna be a fun community setup to begin with. Blizzard though gonna be into play on the left-hand side. Not the best one there from Ka-DPS. They are trying to play with it, but someone needs to touch. And MSP charging on in. Mercy though from above. 1 and 2. Gonna get 3. This is gonna be good TikToks on the clocks here for Team Ubis server, as they have the advantages. Overtime ticking on down. The Wicker here burning as well. MSP though with the shatter actually catching out Mercy. And LC even trying to get the freeze on, but will it be enough? Here comes Kenny G. What a G right there, right then. Supercharger set on up. Nilsson's even getting on the board. And that's going to be the Lucian trying to survive. Mercy now with another kill. And Ubis server looking to be a different shade of purple. Absolutely regal on Night Market. So yeah, we'll fix that one up. Well, as soon as Billy is ready to go, we should be having our co-caster as well. Seems like he just had a super urgent issue out of nowhere, so it's gonna be real, it's understandable. Sometimes it happens, and hopefully he can join us into the future because he's been such a reliable caster in the New Wave Invitationals, a really strong DPS, one of our representatives in the Team Philippines scene back then. And hey, we are still going on. This is only our first match, ladies and gentlemen, and it seems like for Uber server they are priming themselves to get this one done already. Control Center gonna be our matchup right here right now. Still 2-2-2 setup, and it really is gonna be another hybrid composition here for DPS. Ryan Diva though has been played into the meta. Interesting, they still stay on the main here for LC. Brown Grizzly playing that Soldier 76, looking for consistent damage with Courier Server on the T's, as well as Factual Flow playing the Moira instead. But Mercy actually going for the Symmetra, changing things up and wants to play a builder in closer quarters. Now I've seen her play the Torbjorn a little more than the Symmetra, so we'll see if this is gonna work out. But Mills is already trying to get rid of the I-field, but Alcy actually catching TK. TSAPH King overextending right there, even though he's very confident. You can't be strong against 6 right there. Kenny-G, the wind attack already. Here comes the push with the double shield, and Uber server trying to play a little bit into that meta. Zenyatta right here right now for a set, and hanging on back. Coalescence gonna be into play as well, looking to keep things up along to this one. And there comes the capture. Ka-DPS in position to get the initial take. So good start there for Ka-DPS. Shatter now available for them, but MSV just getting torn apart by the Coalescence. It's just going to be too much to handle to begin with. Here comes the push, looking for the shove as well. Amp Matrix in behind to try and get something done. Curry Server though in behind, getting hit by the accretion. Beautiful stun there from Kenny-G, and now the Flux is in hand. It seems like even though Ka-DPS gets that initial capture, it is usually Uber Server who is just able to wreck house into the upcoming clash. And in terms of statistics, whoever gets control point first wins out the whole round, but for the side of Ka-DPS, they're just unable to defend, and Uber server comes back with full force, and they just push back as much as possible. For the time being, Shatter, as we've said, could stun to be getting into the play, but with the recent crowd control nerfs, it is going to be a slower and, well, lesser DPS time to actually get rid of stun targets. Beautiful Blizzard though from TSAPH King, and Mercy decides to wreck house instead with that Reaper. Shotguns are abound. Flux is available right now for Uber server. And in terms of the economy, they are really looking good. 3 ultimates coming online very soon. Ka-DPS on the other side looking to get something else done with whatever they have. And MSV with a very ambitious charge doesn't get anything, to say the least. But thank you guys for everyone supporting right now our 8 teams, and we are gonna have a night full of action here. And now this is only our first night, this is only the preliminaries, and as we've said, 4 teams are gonna be hopping on in, and 4 teams are gonna be hopping on out after everything else. So it seems like Billy is gonna be ready to go. We'll invite him real quick, and we'll give him a time to actually talk after the clash. But right here, right now, back into the brawl. Ka-DPS with the push already. Coalescence though will get blocked out by Factual Flow. Beautifully done. Transcendence right here, right now from Sentinel to just keep the top up on. And the Zenyatta, a shining beacon of hope and prayers right there. Can Sentinel get anything else done? Discord Orb right there, just amplifying the damage onto MSV. Sexy Pinoy boy looking not so sexy right there. And the Dead Blossom, a dance of death truly here from Uber server, looking to get a little bit more. Welcome Billy to the cast, but it seems like this first map is already being finished up by Uber server.
So a big spin to win there by Miss Mercy there. You know, cleaning up with that Death Blossom, you know. They can't really stop that one, especially with the deep top lane.
It's just too much to handle. Defense Matrix not being there. But MSV with a vicious shatter does get burned on. Can he make it to the point? Charges on and gets the touch on. Good trades overall. But here comes the bomb from Sexy Pinoy Boy. And Senden caught between the Moira as well as the Reinhardt will get taken down. Overtime ticking on down. Sexy Pinoy Boy will get the mech. MSV in the meantime hammering on the way. 2 versus 2. But the Reaper is still alive. And that's what the Reaper really do. Punish the opposition in close quarters. And well played to the server. They will take our first points.
Yeah, they were really, the whole team was cut off in that last fight, especially with that the Mei ulti. It caught pretty much the entire support line at the back, whereas only the 2 tanks could get the point. And you know, when there's no supports for the tanks, a Reaper can just pretty much 1v2 that.
It really is. And there you go, play of the game for Mills is on that Orisa. Not really the most common thing to see, but you know, Uber server doing a lot of work to protect their Pharah, protect their Reaper, and Mercy with 37% of that team damage. Really goes to show what an improving player can really do into the scene. And hey, Mr. Billy, welcome to our stream.
Impeccable.
Yeah, good to be here. Sorry I was a little bit late. I had to do some personal stuff here at, you know, at my house.
Yeah,
but now I'm here, and you know, Uber server just showed their dominance this first game. Because you know, they're all used to playing with each other actually, and you know, and with Mercy too with that big and Mercy and Milsons with those dual carry potential that they have.
There it goes to show. Like, we've been talking about it actually in the new invitationals we're in. Me and Billy are co-casting as well. And for Ubi server, the improvement has really been on the behest of Mercy's improvement in play as well as the addition of Milson. So it really goes to show that with the anchors on the team here for the Clashfest as well, it feels like their identity still fits in a way. And did you see something? Oh, I mean, you came in late, but did you notice anything else apparent from the new and improved Ubi server squad here for TSAPH Clashfest?
I feel like they're wait, are we talking about Ubi server?
Yeah, Ubi server right now, since this is one you're familiar with.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, ever since if I compare to like the beginning they had, I see now that you know, even though since the beginning even Mercy was pretty much their hard carry, but now she's playing more with the team rather than trying to 1v6. It's now pretty much being Mercy carry plus the team now, so it's really hard to break through that compared to before. Whereas when you kill Mercy, you pretty much won the fight.
Yeah, it's a really
And now
big
they have
improvement.
Milsons too, and Milsons is, you know,
One of the best.
asserting his dominance as a main tank actually right now.
Yeah, he play both. He's used to playing both. And if you guys don't know about Milsons, all the way back in the early stages of the community, he was one of the players who actually Grandmaster because of his Roadhog play. So one of the best Roadhogs in the scene. And as we have already filtered through the SAP community, we have of course made sure the SRs are pretty balanced in a way. But sometimes of course having that potential to pop off, having that experience from way before, it comes back to you. And hey, it is an amazing time here for Ubi server right now. They did get our first map there, and we'll show you guys real quick what unfolded. Ubi server taking care of business on Lijiang Tower, and now we are going to be moving into King's Row next. So we've seen Ka-DPS though play that Reinhardt Zarya composition. On the other side for Ubi server, it's that double shield. What do you think? Is there going to be anything different right now Ka-DPS has to do to shut down Ubi server as well as their shield play?
I think the first thing they need to focus on is stopping Tapa King because he's been playing the Mei, and Mei is very pesky, especially with an uncoordinated team. If she can just easily cut off pretty much half the team or one person, and pretty much have their Reaper or the double shields just melt the person who gets cut off. Even if it's a tank like a Reinhardt, they'll still die before the ice wall goes down.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not going to happen, and it seems like we are going to be getting set for our second game, ladies and gentlemen. The action going to be continuing on here in the top Overwatch Clashfest, and Ka-DPS now picking the attacking side. Since we already have a map pool, the winning side gets to pick whether the winning side rather does not get to pick anything. It's the losing side that gets to pick if they are going to be attacking or defending first. And King's Row, mate, we've said about it so many times, the most popular map in the Overwatch scene, and some people say it is Scrims Row very practiced. How many times have you practiced King's Row, Billy?
Way too many times. Way too many times. And
that's like every
you know,
scrim.
I have never met anyone who hates King's Row yet.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
almost everyone, like every time I play rank, everyone's praying, come on, give us King's Row, baby. Don't give us HLC, give us King's Row.
It's a familiar map, and anyway, it's familiar time as we get into game number 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ubi server with a 1-point lead. If they take this, Ka-DPS is going to be out of the tournament immediately. So, we'll see if Ka-DPS can do something about that and look to shut down Ubi server as soon as possible. And King's Row might be having a new crown right here, right now. Ubi server looking primed and ready to be in charge of the action. But Ka-DPS, well, they have a pretty experienced roster to say the least. MSV, 6 Pinoy Boy, LC, Brown Grizzly, Faction Foe, as well as Curry server. And it seems like we are going to have some role swaps right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just fix that up real quick. And I think that's allowed anyway into the thing, so that's no problem. But there you go. Okay, we have, there you go. So we're all fine right now. I do like making it 2-2-2 like that to make it really easier for the viewing experience. And well, Curry server on the DPS this time, Alcy on the Moira. Do you think anything's going to be different here for Ka-DPS?
I'm not sure because I know Curry server from the Bugs before, and I remember they always play Mercy or like a support. So I'm really surprised to see the Curry playing right now.
Yeah,
you know, maybe,
practice on
but
the
you know,
Ana.
Ana skills always transfer to DPS.
That's true, that's true. When you're good at Diana, you're pretty much good at shooting. And right here, right now, we'll see if this can pan out. They're playing that Ryan Diva, but Mercy playing that Torbjorn. And if you have been checking out Mercy in her stream, one of her signature heroes right now is that Torbjorn getting the Masters with the hero. Molten Core all around. Beautiful flashback though from Curry Server. Looking to serve up a little bit of revenge right there, and dishing it out with the stun. But Ka-DPS held back. They're held back here, Billy, by the Torbjorn and the Mei.
Yeah, the thing about Torbjorn is the Torb is not the hero, it's the turret. You have to get rid of the turret if you want to win the fight. Because the turret is doing so much damage.
It really goes to show it's like a 7th hero in behind, and if you can play the Torbjorn properly, it makes even a bigger difference. So right here, right now, going for the shots. Uber Server trying to play in the front line. Alcy though with the Coalescence. Ka-DPS trying to make things work, and the Deadeye can be into play as well. Fluxo doesn't get too much, and well, Ka-DPS getting some really good ult timings. 3 ultimates ready to go within the 1-minute marker, and that should be enough for them to push on forward. Brown Grizzly right beside Kenny G will get that takedown, and Ka-DPS is not going to be taking a loss easily here, and now first stick taken. It seems like this point should be their capture.
Yeah, I'd say the reason why they won that, the Ka-DPS won that very convincingly is because they played out of the turret sidelines. Like Mercy's turret was not the best, coming from where the attackers decided to push from, because the turret could not do any damage until they got the, and they managed to pick off Milsons before that.
Good show makes quite a big difference there. Wilson's though going to be into the front line right now. Reinhardt's Shatter is in hand, and we'll see if the stun bonanza will make a difference right here, right now. Curry Server though into the front line yet again. Biotic Orb now getting bounced around one more time, and here comes the Coalescence from Vernon. Gonna let it drift, look to go for the push. Goes through those shields. It doesn't care if you have something in front of you, because that is just gonna be some good damage and healing all the way. Blizzard also gonna get used up as well as the Shatter. 3 ultimates holding on to the trance. Not bad there from Uber Server in terms of the ult economy as well. And Mr. Billy, could you please enlighten the rest of the stream, especially for our new viewers, what ult economy entails in Overwatch?
Yeah, ult economy is making sure that you don't, throw all your ults in one fight, because if you can manage to rotate your ults very well, you can pretty much you can use 2 ults per fight. And by the time you manage to use all 6, the two of the first 2 ults you use usually come back. So it's like having an ult every fight.
Yep, pretty much just making sure you don't ult rescue, because that is a little embarrassing sometimes when you don't need to. And as we said from Ka-DPS, I've seen MSV, Curry Server, and Factual Flow play this game quite a lot, and they are joined by Sexy Pinoy, by Brown Grizzly, and Alcy. I think I've seen those names too, but in terms of experience, I've seen them into our community games, into the Pugs, and well, you can really rely on them to work as a proper unit. Star Power sure is on the Uber Server side, because Milsons lets it go with the Shatter. Factual Flow right now with the sound barrier, but it's too little too late. Curry Server in the middle of everything. That's what the Curry doesn't want to be in the first place. And here comes the Coalescence right now from Vernon. The Moira ultimate, you can always just let it rip. Who really cares when you use it, because it's just a big beam. Most of your damage comes from it. And Team Uber Server right now pushing them back with an amazing stun.
I'd like to point out, Milsons has already had almost 60% after using that Shatter. Like,
that's so quick.
His Reinhardt is very aggressive, but he knows that he can be aggressive because he has a Zarya, compared to Ka-DPS, wherein they have a Diva. So pretty much when the Reinhardt goes out, it's pretty much a 2v1 when it comes to shield v shield.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the thing you sacrifice for the Diva.
Yeah, with the Diva mates, it seems like they are going to be looking to counter Mercy, but against Top King, it's just an easy freeze. And sure, the Blizzard can get eaten, but if played correctly, you're just going to be able to get it out in the first place. Grab the surge right here, right now from Kenny G. And people have said before, King's Row was the only map you could play Ryan Zarya during the era of dive. And right here, right now, Uber Server is proving it with absolute decimation onto the alleyway. Graviton surge right there, a black hole to get the stop on. And the stagger right now on the Alcy. Basically, a stagger, guys, is when you make sure that the spawn is away from everyone else, making sure that the opposition takes even more time to set up. And the stagger apparently on the Sexy Pinoy boy as well. The Diva hurting right there, but has the bomb in hand.
Yeah, let's see how they can work, because right now the ults are pretty much even, because both more ults are coming online during this next fight for sure. So we'll see how Mercy and Brown Grizzly can use their ults for the team.
A Dance of Death here, Billy. Maybe that Blossom's looking the same, but Curry Server, look at that flag, that's perfect, gets rid of Senten, and surprise, in behind, trying to go for the Deadeye, but the space has been created already. Can Mercy bail things out with the Death Blossom, dueling with Brown Grizzly, who refuses to use that ultimate instead. Ka-DPS showing they have some responsibility in their ult economy, and that is just the perfect flag there from Curry Server. Absolutely good stuff from that beautiful dish. And into this one, Sexy Pinoy Boy showing that he's also a dish right there, getting rid of Kenny G. Push right now, coming to a shove. Ka-DPS already on the second point marker. But Milsons with the shatter gets two again, shutting down factual flow, preventing the sound barrier perhaps, but unfortunately Ka-DPS already with the points.
Yeah, the thing was, like, Mercy got a good flank. The problem was the whole team pushed forward when Curry server high noon, and when Mercy used her Death Blossom, no one was there.
Yeah, just no one home, and really good flank from Curry's server, understanding more onto the map and understanding the matchup, able to get on through to the other side. Now here comes the self-destruct actually from Sexy Pinoy Boy, and a trash. Oh, Kenny G! Where are you going, bud? Your saxophone's up here, mates. And without the Zarya, Milsons are gonna have a tough time. Also, Senten using that Transcendence very early. You don't need to against the self-destruct. You can't heal 1,000 damage, but Mercy still survives. But a shatter right now from MSB getting in position. Blizzard gonna be into play. Here comes MSB with the push again. 3 kills on the board. Ka-DPS is just absolutely wrecking house right now. And we actually have a match, ladies and gentlemen. There was a lot of hype coming into this match right here, right now. Curry's server, the tactical visor aimbot is king. Gets rid of Milsons on that wrecking ball, and they will finish up the map.
I like how Brown Grizzly never used his ult. So, you know, we can say that he was holding it just so they'd be afraid to push in. But, you know, we all know that he probably was just trying to get that juicy 6-man Death Blossom.
That's true. And I think we got a replay of one of the amazing shatters right there from the side of Uber server. Yes, we did. And yeah, Wilson's getting the push, going for the charge as well. And overall, just enough to force the opposition back overall.
Curry server's doing so much for their team, honestly, right now. You wouldn't really expect a McCree to flank when you have a Reaper. You'd usually think the Reaper is trying to go behind the team, but what Brown Glizzy does, he waits for Mercy to flank so that he can duel her. And when a Reaper 1v1s and he has a support, usually the one with the support wins. And Curry server, you know, just gets those picks in the front line, in the back line of Ube, and they don't really expect it.
Yeah, good stuff there from Curry server. Big MVP play to really open up that second point. And while Uber server, they have a pretty strong DPS line. It's gonna be really interesting. So Mercy, as we've said before, pretty much the Pharah master right here, right now, in many regards. But on the other side, Tapan King. So in terms of TK, he loves playing that Mei in Overwatch, but he has a really illustrious career and playing what FPS in the first place, always streaming that kind of gameplay. And he's been loving Valorant so far. Even hosted that Tapan cut last I don't even remember anymore, but last month, basically, guys. And well, if he's gonna be playing hit scan, he might be the one able to get those clicking of the heads. Guardian right here, right now, for the Ashe, if you think about that load up there in Valorant. But here into this one instead, Mercy playing with Vernon, Pharah Mercy in the sky, pocket play in the bound, and already Curry server goes down.
Yeah, the thing is though, like the problem is Mercy knows how to play Pharah. She's hugging the hotel, making sure that the McCree can never get good sightlines over. And if a McCree can't really shoot the Pharah just has free reign.
Mercy getting rid of MSP in behind, just staying on the high ground, staying in the skies. Simple stuff here for the Pharah. And basically, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Pharah and the Mercy together, and the pocket play is pretty simple. The Mercy can fly to whoever she wants to in terms of her team, and well, the Pharah can fly anywhere she wants. So together, they fly in the skies, hippity hoppity, just basically soaring through one with the other. You can also do so with the Echo, which we haven't seen as of yet. Interesting enough, a very strong hero into the meta. And what do you think, Billy? Yeah, what do you think, Billy? Will we get more meta compositions into this kind of tournament, or will we have like more of the pocket play?
I think it's we'll see more of the comfort picks, honestly, in this tournament. But I'd really like to see an Echo, because I know for a fact, with knowing the SR average of each team, I know for a fact an Echo can pretty much decimate any team, no matter what they play. If an Echo knows how to play sidelines and flanks, and knows when to be aggressive, she can pretty much 1v6 any comp.
Might make a difference here, but Shatter right now blocked up by MSB, and on to the other side, Alcy with that Coalescence, letting it rip already. Beautiful Shatter from MSC, he gets 3 out the corner, and this is just gonna be a cornerstone to remember for Ka-DPS, because MSB giving one back to Milsons and making it hurt. Push coming to a shove again, the attacking side unable to get it done, but MSB taking too much damage there from Kenny G. Big beam gameplay. Sexy Pinoy Boy instead bullying Tapman King, and it seems like a defense in order for Ka-DPS.
Yes, the good thing though about having a diva is she can always eat that fire strike, and with the diva always eating the fire strike, MSV will always get the shatter first if he lands those fire strikes.
It goes to show it is value right there. It goes through barriers, as we've said, similar to the promo lessons, and 100 damage is nothing to scoff at. But Vernon getting stuck between the pipes, that's a pipe dream and a half right there, and Sexy Pinoy Boy is just trying to bully Mercy pretty easily. Now when you see a diva against a bar, you can really say that it's just a fat bunny trying to get in the face of the eagle, and here comes a tactical bicep from Carry Server. This is a time where you could play Overwatch and just close your eyes, listen to the sounds, and hold left click strong. But Bob even better, he's a top 100 player to say the least. He is the #1 player in the Overwatch scene. Here comes the shadow from Milson's action coming on the fronts. It seems like Ultimate's gonna get tossed from both sides. Brown Grizzly though in behind does get one, and hesitation here for Uber Server. They don't want to commit the grab barrage as of yet.
Brown Grizzly with the flanks though, he gets two. And the thing is though, the fact that they're all concentrated on Curry Server now. Brown Grizzly gets to do whatever he wants in the backline.
Really goes to show that it's for Ka-DPS. They take advantage of the fact that one DPS takes the attention alongside the tank line, and the other does whatever the hell they want in behind instead.
It's in the team name.
Yeah, it really is Ka-DPS. Oh man, no, Ka-DPS. You are my Ka-DPS, brother, and we are good to go. But Mercy apparently gets to pick out the Curry Server. Peter Pan flying up the top of the rooftops, and here comes the barrage. It's raining men, hallelujah, and in this case, it's raining rockets. Mercy getting 3 pretty simple stuff. Uber Server uses the flank to open up again into this map.
That was a great barrage, because you pretty much use only one ultimate and you pretty much won the team fight and the point actually, because now the payload's already gonna hit the point before they all get the respawn on time.
It goes to show when you get that barrage on, you're just able to get so much done. And now the payload will be getting to that second point. Bigger time back here for Uber Server, and it seems like though this might be a very close match. If both sides do finish up the map, it isn't gonna be whoever has the bigger time back. It's more on we go again into the map and see if we can actually finish it one more time. A lot of rounds in Overwatch sometimes if teams are pretty even. And while Ka-DPS and Uber Server, not a disappointing first match to say the least. Sexy Pinoy Boy, Diva Bomb available. Shadow though connecting onto Senten. The boiler will get taken down easily by Alcy as well as the Fire Strike. And well for Ka-DPS, they're trying to go for the flank one more time, but Brown Grizzly 5 versus 1, not gonna be strong enough. Faction Flow instead of the Resurrection, and it seems like Ka-DPS gonna be able to hold onto the corner here on King's Road 3rd points.
Right now Ka-DPS have pretty much the ult advantage, but you know, with the miss shatter, unfortunately, they have the double tank ults at this point, and the double tank ults are pretty much game winning.
Back visor there from Curry Server, doesn't get too much, really chasing after the far Mercy, but the rockets! Who cares if you can't get the aimbot to work, because that's just a huge rock, it's getting value. Grab the search right now, though, into play after the self-destruct, and Uber Server tried to force things out, but Curry Server taking care of Bob as well. Tapman King not gonna have that ultimate anymore, but he doesn't care. He's using the Viper right here, right now to get some shots on. Coach can cadet away as well, but Curry Server is doing everything she can and more to really carry her team right here, right now with some It's so clutch here, Billy. She's doing everything she can do right.
She does not get visor.
Yeah, I
like
guess
when she used her visor, she got bullied out. But when it ran out, she pretty much killed the Mercy without it.
It's just no visor, no fun. I don't need aimbot. It's just for faster reload,
she is
I
the
guess.
aimbot.
Potentially.
She is.
Don't say that on stream though, you know, because Blizzard, they might.
Oh yeah.
Remember last time we talked about that?
God.
It's like, oh my god, dude. It's like I had to talk to Blizzard. But who cares? This is the representation from Uber Server. Mercy gets 3 again from the side, and every single time Mercy pops the barrage, a starving child is able to eat because there are less mouths to feed on the side of Ka-DPS. And this is now the point getting captured. The payload to the end. Curry Server getting pinned. Perfect timing from Milsons, and we have a match here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god. Curry Server gets the snipe onto the Mercy mid-air with the healish rocket, and then Milsons just denies the contest of Curry Server with that pin. That was pretty sad.
Pretty.
To see.
It's just so much back and forth. Ka-DPS though with 139 versus 141 on Uber Server, so Ka-DPS will go on the attack first. And if you guys want to know the story of the whole aimbot thing, so basically, since you know I work with Blizzard from time to time and stuff like that, they do keep tabs on my stream, and there was that whole clip incident where we were just joking about someone being named a namebot.exe, and someone actually reported it to Blizzard, and then I had to talk to Blizzard themselves, one of the community managers, to say no, he's not hacking. No, it's just a joke. I promise. No memes here. And you know,
They don't
sometimes
take jokes lightly.
I know sometimes when you're basically have a little bit of a working relationship with someone important, it's just like, you know,
They don't take jokes. They don't.
it's
They
like,
don't. They don't take the joke.
It's not real. Don't worry. You know, if someone was actually doing that, I'd tell you. I'd tell you firsthand. But you know, that's how it is sometimes. But I do gotta commend Ka-DPS and Uber server. They are showing us a really great first clash here in the Clashfest. Really, really good first round to start things off. And don't forget, guys, we still have 6 more teams to showcase into this one. Billy gonna be joining me for the second one as well, and I think we're gonna have another person for the third later on. But right here, right now, here comes the brawl again, and Brad Grizzly with the first kill onto Set. Then the Zenyatta just all alone up on the higher ground will get executed on the spot. Sexy Pinoy Boy trying to go for the brawl again. Curry server in the meantime hanging back. Beautiful dynamite value though from Dapper King, and he's already at 48% on that Bob.
Great flank though by Brad Grizzly, because when the Zenyatta's close quarters against the Reaper, pretty much say your prayers, because Zenyatta is the most fragile support, I'd say, because he has no self-healing and he has no escape, means to escape. All he has is damage, and if he can't land those headshots, he's pretty much dead.
Kill or be killed when you're playing that Zenyatta, and Ka-DPS playing the same way they did on that first round. Just bomb rush and destroy the opposition on the first point. And losing Seton really early hurts Uber server, because he is at a piss poor 19% on that Transcendence. Everyone else already looking to get those check marks, and Uber server has to work with Vernon on that Coalescence only. They go for the Shatter, but he gets blocked up. Beautiful positioning for Ka-DPS as well. You see how they back on out there, Billy. And now the Ryan Zarya are going to be in a spot of trouble. Not enough healing to Milsons. He will fall to the Coalescence, and without the shield, it is the Shatter instead. SNS connection right here, right now from Ka-DPS. 3 versus 6. Dapper King though with 1, and it's time for Bob to get in position. Gets the boot. It's not going to be enough though, and seems like Uber server will have to back off one more time.
Very unfortunate though that MSV forgot about that how much damage that he can take if he's discorded. So I guess he never thought that, you know, a Discord orb will actually allow him to die very fast. That's the thing though about some tanks. They forget that they're discorded and they think that they can take 2 or 3 headshots, but in reality, it's just when you're discorded, that's where you're most vulnerable to die.
Yep, 30% right now in terms of that damage amplification, and Merch is trying to amplify her damage with a Deadeye, but Ka-DPS is running away with this, ladies and gentlemen. This is just 2 points already, and in an overtime push, you're only expected to get past the first point and maybe a half way. But right now, Ka-DPS is taking everything they can to the back and more, investing it in the best stocks whatsoever, and they have gotten paid out in just a single day. Even potentially a free kill on the Milsons and Reinhardt on the left-hand side. It's very unwise to charge into the fray without anyone else. And Uber server right now in out of position territory, but MSP taking the damage there. As you said, the Discord are making a difference. Seton right now finally doing something for the team, and the Transcendence is going to be in hand very, very soon. Time to go for the heals. Coalescence there for Vernon as well. Milson's kept alive by Seton. Beautiful stuff here from the Zenyatta. Redemption art at its finest, but the Death Blossom as well as that self-destruct looking for a few kills. Sexy Pinoy Boy gets 3 more, and Seton, the only one alive, gonna fall without the shield again, guys. Just those abilities come into play. And this is Ka-DPS. Ka-DPS is looking for the capture. Mills with the last-ditch effort will get stunned away, and they finish the map again.
Do I see around 5 and 6?
Oh my god. A third round of action. Will we actually get into that one? But Uber's server faltering there, getting staggered multiple times. Ka-DPS showing their true potential, and we are gonna be in here for the long haul. I believe we did get parts of that self-destruct there after the Death Blossom as well. And
that was an incredible combo there, even though it might not have been planned, but because Brown Grizzly ulted in front of everyone when they were down like 3 people, the Ubi server started focusing down the Reaper, and they didn't pay attention to the Diva Bomb.
Yeah, the Diva Bomb. On third point, King's Row. you really see some great diva bombs to say the least. It really
I want to see a
is.
diva bomb come in from under the map.
Oh yeah, the one there you can go under the map. But Mr. Billy, well, what do you think Uber Server has to do right now to try and turn things around and force a third?
The Mercy Para. I think that's what they're banking on right now. The Mercy hard carry. But interesting to see though, Milson's on Zarya.
Oh,
Not branded.
so it seems like they are gonna be playing that double off tank instead. And with the Zarya Sigma, this is more of a very damage heavy composition. And
MSP's gonna have a hard time.
yeah, it really is. For Uber Server, it's either kill or be killed to the fullest degree. Interesting, they don't play the Zenyatta this time, mates.
I also like to point out though, but when NSB gets his shatter, it's a free shatter.
That's true.
Unless Kenny G can like God tier Sigma block the.
Yeah, it's doable. It's doable.
Yeah,
Right? We'll see if the reflexes are there, Billy. We'll see. We'll see. Kinetic Grass already into the front line. Milson's trying to play the anchor there with the damage. And the Zarya are going to be trying to vaporize that diva as quick as can be. But Curry Server on that DPS making a big difference already. Brown Grizzly going to be perfect pair for her right there, right then. And right here, right now. Mercy Mortar though for the DPS. A lot of healing, but also not much utility. And this is just Mercy doing whatever the hell she wants and more. Now, if you have a lot of healing, ladies and gentlemen, it does keep you alive, but at the same time, it allows your opponents to get their ult charge quicker because they will be doing damage. And you can see Mercy is already close to that rocket barrage.
Yeah, but thanks to all that damage, Factual Flows already has Valk Max 5. That's the thing there, you get a DPS ult really fast, but you also have to assume if no one dies, the enemy supports have their ults.
Yeah, Valkyrie gonna be in hand, and you know, a really great Mercy can shut down a Pharah with that pistol itself. Here comes Sneaky from Mercy. We'll see if it's gonna pan out. Diva gets back into the mech, Ice Wall into play, and Mercy.
Oh, they caught her!
Gonna be going out to the high ground perhaps? Gonna see, looking at Curry Server, gets the shutdown immediately from in behind. Rocket Barrage right here, right now. Shuts up Factual Flow first and foremost. And the Flux even catching out. Gravity is not your friend in Overwatch whatsoever. And Uber Server with a beautiful combo to just enable themselves actually to move on through to that second point. Overtime ticking on down, and Ka-DPS would be wise to give up the second point just to get themselves back into fighting ship.
I think for Ka-DPS to really get that sure win, they need to get 6 ults. Because usually when you have 6 ults, it's really hard to lose because you can, if you let everything loose in one fight, with overtime picking, you pretty much won.
It makes a difference there. And here we go with shots and shots and shots. Grab the surge right now, enabling Mercy to easily get those kills. But beautiful disengagement from Ground Grizzly using the raid form to get on now. TK now with that Blizzard as well, making a zone of death and destruction with the frost, and now gonna be the flames of those rockets. Uber Server bringing in a song of fire, ice, and bullets and rockets all throughout. And this is gonna be the second point captured by Uber Server.
And Uber Server is already gonna have Mercy's barrage again for this third point, and we've already seen how much damage he can do with it. And if you look at Ka-DPS side, Curry Server and Brown Grizzly are just coming up on their ults. And MSB is gonna need that big fat shatter for them to win this last fight.
A tactical visor from Curry Server. We haven't seen so much success though with the tac visor, but we'll see if it's gonna be enough to get the track out the Mercy. Yes, it does. Helix rockets to connect. MSV right now with the shatter onto 3, and Ka-DPS is gonna shut down this push. They will take the victory, and we are all tied up in this series.
It goes to show like the Ka-DPS has a mindset of swapping Curry Server with Halsey was a great decision because pretty much balanced out the DPS line, allowing both DPS to shine.
Really well done there by Ka-DPS. They take that second map. Play of the game though goes over to Mercy. I know that Rocket Barrage does make a difference from time to time, but hey, that's how it is sometimes, and well played there to Ka-DPS. Taking the round not just once but twice, and that makes such a big difference. And where do you think, Billy, where did it really falter there for Uber Server? Was it that Zenyatta getting picked off too many times?
I think it's more on them underestimating the DPS line, I think, because Mercy was being very aggressive most of the time until that last point. But I think it's because they really underestimated the DPS line, and also the support line really not paying attention to the flanks or telling their team like, hey guys, there's a Reaper flanking, help, I need some help. There's no peel, and with Milson's playing main tank, he can't really pay attention to the backline. So it's up to Kenny G to try to peel for his team.
Yeah, and all I gotta say is well played there to Ka-DPS doing so much. It seems like they're asking for a little bit of a break, so we can actually break down a few of those maps for you guys real quick. So Uber server taking care of business on Lijiang Tower. Pretty dominant, honestly. It seems like Ka-DPS just didn't have anything in them to actually face them up. But in King's Row, it really goes to show, Billy, that so many people know King's Row, especially our veteran players, and Ka-DPS as well as Uber server showing that they are within that range of veteranship. But it was just more successful there for Ka-DPS, getting those vital picks, just getting those vital flanks. Uber server trying to do the same, emulating that kind of approach, but in the end, Ka-DPS just had the right ultimates to shut that down.
Yeah, I think the Uber server kind of relied too much on the Mercy Milson's carry there, wherein they were so comfortable with Mercy killing off the front line, wherein they keep forgetting that the back line is very susceptible to flanks, especially from a flanking McCree or Brown Grizzlies Reaper teleports.
Yep, this makes a difference right there, and I believe we got one more replay to show you, highlight to show you from that match.
Curry server gets the shutdown immediately from
Mercy
in behind.
with
Right
Bride
here, right now.
just
Shuts the back of floor first and foremost. And the Flux even catching out.
So Uber server really had the right
not
ideas
your
with the right
friend in
combos,
Overwatch
but
whatsoever.
unfortunately
And
Ka-DPS
Uber
played very
server
patiently.
with
They
a
gave up that
beautiful
second
combo.
points, and within it, they were able to do so much. Instead, it was just a situation basically wherein it seemed like for them, they played it patient. They knew that they had the whole map anyway. They got the full capture, and well, it was just absolutely impressive to say the least into that one.
Yeah, I think like right now the Ka-DPS are pretty much patting themselves on the back, like saying like, whoever's idea was it to swap Curry and Aussie, it really paid off, because I was a little bit skeptical at first, but after seeing that King's Row match, I have no doubt in my mind now that I think Curry server deserves that DPS slot.
Yeah, I do say so myself too. And well, just one more shout out from the TSAPH fam. I remember Bimby was making a big deal about it. So again, guys, happy birthday to Jesus right there, who has been very supportive of the
Jesus'
community.
birthday?
Jesus
Birthday.
It's not Christmas though, it's a different one. But yeah, Jesus PH, happy birthday. You can get your presents next time, Mr. Billy, but that's how it's truly
I'll take my
is
prime
sometimes.
skins. Thank you very much.
In the Valorants. But hey, that's has been a great time so far, and this is only our first match. We still have so many other matches to go into. We have 8 teams, as we said, to showcase, and so far, let's look at bracket 1-1 right now, our scoreline, and then after this one, we'll have us Ohana Shame versus the Kiwi Noise. I like the team name Kiwi Noise. I'll talk about that later on into their match, but it seems like, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be get set and ready to go into our third map, which is going to be Dorado. So what do you think about Dorado, Billy? It's that escort map that really enables you so much with that high ground, low ground distinction.
For me, honestly, this is one of the only few maps wherein if you don't have high ground, you're pretty much assured to lose, because of how safe it is. If you don't have it, how it's very dangerous, because there's so much space that the high ground has compared to the low ground. Like if you look at first and second point, if you don't take that high ground, they can pretty much rain so much damage on you that when you get to the chokes, you're already at half HP while they're on full.
Yeah, that's true. And it seems like we are going to be getting ready to go Uber server picking. Hey, Ka-DPS, it worked out for them to go on the attack earlier on. And cue the maracas, and let's get into this fiesta, as now it is going to be a night to remember here in the top Clashfest preliminaries. Round number 1 of action. And well, Uber server, Ka-DPS all tied up as we move into the map.
Since this is an pure escort type map, I'd kind of like to see the Milson's Bastion pirate ship.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Oh, I got a question from the chat, Mr. Billy. Where is the face cam? Everyone's waiting for it.
Where's the face cam? Give me money for the face cam.
Do you not have a cam? Are you for real?
Huh?
Do you not have a cam? I never really asked you this question. Do you not have a cam?
No, I don't have a cam.
That's so sad. How do people see your sweet voice during your lectures and stuff?
Oh no, I just screen share. That's good enough.
That's good enough. And you put a picture of yourself, so like, hey, this is me, and this now look at that shipping. You know, if you guys don't know, Soldier 76 is gay. Just a quick little heads up out there, out of nowhere. It was really interesting how they dropped it. It's like, here's a story. By the way, he's gay. Cool, noted. And you know, it's 2020. Everyone can be whatever they want. I love it.
He has trust issues. He doesn't trust women anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't
Look at
trust
that.
women anymore.
It's like, oh, I had my sexy man in my life. I'm good to go with that one. But, you know, what is going to be pretty sexy here is going to be this monkey with some face paint. Wilson's on the Winston this time, looking to just bother the opposition primarily with that monkey.
Maze are going to be a weird pick for dive.
I feel
Look,
like
she had to walk all the way up.
I don't think this is really dive. I think Wilson's the outlier in a way here, Mr. Billy, because they're playing Mercy more on May and Sigma, which
Maze trapped in
entails...
the mega room.
Yeah, it's like, it kind of just makes Tapang King does dive security server there. But looking at their comp, it's some really weird hybrid because of Wilson's on that dive. So he's going to be jumping all by his lonesome, and Mercy sure can help out. But for Uber server, it really is going to be that reliance on the skill of Wilson's and Mercy to get the hell out of there in the first place. The Ryan Diva though from Ka-DPS has been effective so far to really force out the far away. Mercy boots off away already. Rocket Barrage coming online, and the Fountain of Wishes going to be the enabled part of the action. And Uber server getting the DMEC on the sexy Pinoy boy, and Bradley Grizzly going down as well as MSP gets choked up and felled at the same time.
The thing about Nilsson's Winston is he's not really going. He's not the engager. He lets Mercy be the engage, wherein he waits for a target to be low and then he jumps, so that he can get that cleanup finish with jump punch burst combo of Winston. So if no one knows about the combo of Winston, is when he jumps before he lands, if you melee, you can pretty much cancel the animation of the melee as you land. And I think that's what he's trying to do with the Rockets of Mercy.
You know, I don't really do that when I play Winston Billy. I just like jump in and hold left click and close my eyes. But you know, maximizing that damage on that Winston is one of the best tools you can really do, because that Tesla cannon is easily out healed by many different parts of sustain, including the coalescence. So Alcy keeping everyone alive from Mr. Nilsson's. He has the Prime Rage in hand very soon. Kenny G in the meantime backing on out, but cannot survive against the Reinhardt. And it really goes to show when the awkward composition here for Uber server doesn't really enable them to do whatever the hell they want. They are just gonna get outclassed by the close quarters of Ka-DPS. Even though they have lost two already, to Tapang King as well as Nilsson's. Right here, right now, it's still the monkey going for a fight. I can say that Ka-DPS is stabilized in a way that they can hold this corner for a time being.
I think now the Ka-DPS realize that, hey guys, this is Sigma that we can pretty much kill very easily because he has no main tank that can coincide with it.
Okay,
And let's just kill him.
Yeah, that's a little awkward though there from Uber server. The Flux in the barrage, not really the best combo to say the least, because you lift him up and the Mercy Farah here might, you know, blow herself up, so she aims down below instead, but Uber server makes it work. I feel like if you play Barrage and Flux together, you do want to use that Flux later on into the fight, but hey, Uber server making it work anyway. They got the kills normally to say the least, but I would say they would have loved to have one of those other ultimates still in hand for this next fight.
Yeah, but I think the Ka-DPS should really realize that, hey guys, there's a Winston that does not want to stay with his main tank, let's just kill him.
Yeah, self-destruct in behind, lands in front of the Sigma. Kenny G does not get the shield in time. Here comes MSP though with a desperate shatter, but Ka-DPS unwisely using their ultimates in a fight that is already lost. Too many casualties in the front line. Coalescence of upset that doesn't do too much as well. And at the very least, Uber server now with 2 points on the board. Will we see a repeat of King's Row and its longevity?
No, I think we're gonna see something longer. I want to see that round 8. You know, I've never experienced a round 8, but I have experienced a round 6, and it was in Hanamura.
I think I've experienced round 6 too in my playtime. I don't think I've ever cast. I don't know. Maybe I have. I'm not sure. We can look at the bugs.
No, in comp games, I have experienced it.
It's some things like that. It goes all the way, but right now Uber server is just basically destroying everyone in front of them. They have found their footing, they have found the momentum, and they are stacking their opponents too easily. But the fact of the matter that Ka-DPS is not in sync with their spawns, they are just funneling themselves in one by one. A while ago it was a 3v6, now it's 6 versus 1, then versus 1, then versus 1. And now this is the payload, so close already to the end. Moses with the Primal Rage, he's punching that wall as much as possible. King Kong coming, and King Kong take it. Can MSV get back in position? Curry Server jumps in, MSV hits his head onto the top of that wall there, and that is just basically it. Ka-DPS not having a deep defense whatsoever onto that third point. Uber Server snowballing away with that one, and that was just an avalanche waiting to happen for both the Winston as well as the Pharah.
Yeah, I was really questioning what Ka-DPS were trying to do because they had a great first point hold and first half of the second point hold on their defense, but I don't know, after a while they started dying one after the other. They were like, okay, I think I can get back to my team in time. Oh wait, someone died, I can still go in. And it's just a loop wherein when someone dies they think they can still reach the point and they just keep feeding ult charge to Ubi server at that point.
Yep. All I can say is like, hey, Primal Rage, you can have another one. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And well, it seems like for Ubi server though, I'm not really seeing too much flexibility here from Kenny G to begin with. He's playing that Sigma almost all the time, and I'd love to see him play something else. But I guess for Ubi server, they are gonna be looking to build around it, playing that double barrier composition. And usually you see double barrier, you also get that double hit scan as well as the Zen Baptiste. But still, with the comfort picks here for Mercy and Tapang King, I feel like the DPS department of Ubi server is a little lacking on this defense, and they are gonna be facing off against, well, the pirate ship. It is gonna be setting sails onto that payload, and if you guys don't know what the pirate ship is, it's a Bastion, a stationary hero, sets up with 300 ammo, a big turret to manually work on, and at the same time, just use the payload to move around the map. So hi-ho, off into the world we go, setting sail on the 70s. What is that black flag? Alcido with Immortality Field, keeping everyone alive, and Ka-DPS is surviving for the time being. But good damage actually here from Ubi server. Drop down though from Kenny G. He has a lot of HP right now, and Curry server unwisely going into recon mode will get taken down there. Seems like the pirate ship does have a lot of holes into this one, and Ubi server with a good punish to start things off.
Yeah, the thing about playing the pirate ship is, if you're playing the Bastion, you need to believe that your team will keep you alive. Like, as much as possible, you never want to get to sentry mode, get off sentry form, because once you do that, you're pretty much a free kill because of your big hitbox, and you also lose the passive.
Yep, the Ironclad passive, and basically don't do too much damage. You can be a fat soldier 76 in a way with a self heal, but at the same time a lot slower, so you don't have the mobility. And well, at least the side of Ka-DPS does change it up. Now they are playing double hit scan with the dive composition. As I said before, it seems like it really is more on the comfort picks here for both sides. And if you look at their comps, it'd be like, if you can optimize it, you'd put the dive with the Pharah and the May perhaps, and here comes Mercy though on getting the kill on the Grand Grizzly instead. Fashion Flow though with the resurrection. MSB in the meantime with a jump on board. Tapang King will go down and one falls through. And the payload, Mr. Billy, getting moved around to say the least. Mercy though on the board, Sexy Pinoy Boy getting a kill as well. And right here, right now, we'll see if Curry server can actually get this objective all by her lonesome, as this is still gonna be Curry server playing the set sail on the C9. Does get the capture. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen,
I was watching it the whole time.
I just want to say that in Overwatch, it doesn't matter if you have a big fight happening off screen when the payload is moving, because that is the real spectacle there. You have to pay attention to the payload. Objective-based game, and the C9 has been the biggest meme of the century. The C9 means it's based on the Cloud9 organization, and they were basically the first famous team to leave the objective by volition.
No, they consistently did it.
They did consistently, especially the most famous one was old Boskaya Industry. So yeah, Curry server saying thank you very much, I'm gonna take that point, and who cares about kills when you get the objective here. And Ka-DPS didn't really do a bad job in that fight. It was very even into that corny, but it was really all about Curry server and her show. And a second time here in these 3 maps that she has bailed out her team and more from this game. But Kenny G right now looking for bailout. Flux does catch out the McCree. Brown Grizzly survived for a little bit. Coalesce is right now gonna be into play, and Ka-DPS helping to hide just a little bit, but they do have to deal with the blizzard, and it seems like Uber server having enough to put a stop to this push.
And if you pay attention to, Mercy still has the barrage, and we already know what she can do with that barrage, and the fact that she saved it because her team already used pretty much 2 ults, means just shows the kind of restraint she has when playing DPS.
Yeah, and hey, all I gotta say though for Ka-DPS Curry server, not really the best bastion play, but that Ashe finding the opportunity will be enough. Bob now is available. Deadeye is ready
They
to
have
go.
the Grandmaster clear.
Yep, the top 500. He's number 1. He's Crusher 99,
No,
guys.
no. He cannot be Grandmaster. Top 500. If he could walk while shooting, he's
No,
Grandmaster.
dude.
He's
No,
top
if
500.
he just can't get slept, that would be the difference right there. But hey, Milsons does get rid of GM onto the other side. At least no self-destruct coming online, and doesn't actually reach anything. Sexy Lord Boy blowing up Percy. Apparently in the skylines, it still works out. Deadeye though is available now for Ground Grizzly, and Ka-DPS looking to just go for a savage roar into the forefront. Sexy Lord Boy though in the backline right now with that diva, keeping up with the action. Wilson turns around, and Uber server giving ground to say the least. But with the dive composition, you don't need to be too heavy into the front line anyway. The double hit scan is gonna get blocked out by the shield, by the Orisa, as well as the Sigma. So all in all, for Uber server, they can play a long sustained fight and go for the coalescence instead. Sent in right now, going for it. Mercy with a rocket barrage.
Oh, the bull.
Look at that, SPB gets in the face of Mercy, it's just not enough, and Alcy instead with the shutdown. Twin beams right now building from Ka-DPS as well as Ubi's server, resurrections in hand. It seems like no one has really died, but Mercy instead getting rid of Curry's server. Kenny G, we've seen him play that Sigma more so, and he goes for the Flux, but doesn't really get too much. Mercy though given the opportunity with everyone charging in because of the Flux to get those 3 kills, and Ubi's server right now putting a stop to the DPS in their tracks.
I kind of like to see Grizzly go back to that Reaper, honestly, because he can pretty much bully both Milsons and Kenny G without really being punished that much, unless like the Mei can wall him off from his team. But because that they're playing dive, the Mei really has so much things to focus on rather than the Reaper. So I think if Brown Grizzly played the Reaper, I think it would be very good for his team. It would help with the damage department on the dive.
Goes to show. Here comes the Prime Rage though, and it's now time for the Blizzard from TSAPH King instead. You know guys, it's been really hot in the Philippines, and all I gotta say is if you had a Mei with you, at least you can throw that snowball and make it a pretty frosty reception. Look at that supercharger though from Milsons. That is interesting, Mr. Billy. And Rocket Barrage.
How did he get it up there?
I don't know. I'm just amazed
He
as
got
you.
moved by the Wilson.
Oh, okay, that's real. Big interaction, put the supercharger on the windowsill, allow the Pharah to get amplified damage, and a kill is a kill. Uba's server now, 1 clash away from victory.
But there we go, there's the Reaper. Because I feel like with the dive messing with the Mei so much, he can just get in, TP in front of Milsons and pretty much melt him. Even if he has 45 up.
We'll see if it's gonna be enough, mates. We'll see, because this is gonna be the last
rock,
clash. And the rock and roll there from Kenny G. Trying to put a stop a little bit.
It stopped the coalescence.
Goodbye to the cold, but goodbye to TSAPH King as well. We saw that damage there. Suddenly from the DPS with the McCree and the Reaper trying to get things done. But Kenny G right now with the Flux self-destruct and behind. And boom goes the Dynamite, but no one is home whatsoever. Milson's still quite low already, trying to get sustained over, but Seton will go down. Milson's right now taking care of MSV in behind, but Mercy now gonna be really topped up by the Mercy to say the least. Alcy in the end though, Biotic Grass getting the lock on. Goodbye to Mercy. And TK having to stall for time. Not the best ice block though. Desperate times goes for desperate measures, and Kenny G needs to survive this to allow Uber server to establish a foothold again. Second point right now, close to being taken. This will give time to Ka-DPS, but Uber server still has a chance to touch this. If Milsons can make it fortify right now, 0.74, and you can see the hesitation there for Uber server, but now they will go for the fight. Now they will go for the Blizzard, and in a scenario like this, the Mei is just absolutely instrumental to say the least. Curry server though catching out TK. Beautiful sound barrier there from Factual Flow as well. That's a fact right there, right then. And this is now Kenny G trying to keep things up on that Sigma. Mercy though with the Rocket Barrage will get eaten up by the DM of Sexy Pinoy Boy instead. And it is Ka-DPS surviving for 1 more point.
Sexy Pinoy has been stepping up honestly in his diva reaction time throughout this match. Like during the first match, like I noticed that Mercy always gets that free barrage, that full duration of the barrage damage. But now in this map actually, she's been blocking so much of that barrage.
And this has been really exciting match to say the least, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if this was our best one, seeing the rosters between Ka-DPS as well as Uber Server. And well, Mercy, you can't do that on the second floor of this pyramid point because there's just the Reaper doing whatever he wants. Big bump! No, not gonna happen, unfortunately, Mr. Billy. Ka-DPS instead looking to go for push one forward, but Kenny G with the flux does get two. I believe the raid form has been disengaged, and Brown Grizzly gonna get some damage there. Rock right now connecting with the accretion. Here comes Milsons as well, pushing on forward. Shields are set up in a pretty good fashion. Stack after stack, pushing forward. Sexy Pinoy Boy though, making up Dapping on that Reaper. And Mercy right now with the Rock Barrage and shut down by the Death Blossom as well as the Sound Barrier. Ka-DPS understanding the opposition, understanding how to play against Uber Server, and with a shutdown onto the Fora will enable them to get this push on. Contest, perhaps, Uber Server?
I will say this is an extremely extended fight. That last fight, it lasted pretty much a minute and 30 seconds.
You see that though from Senten gets the fade in time. Mr. Billy's aren't rough, but it is gonna be a potential last flash right here right now, as it is gonna be pile driver time from Milsons. Mercy with the Doomfist, and when you need that clutch kill out of nowhere, the Doomfist is your best friend. Rocket Punch basically insta-give onto any squishy target. Alcy though with the Coalescence yet again. Milsons right now coming on forward one more time. Kenny G going with the ignition, and TK is close to the Death Blossom. Spin to win, gonna be the name of the game. And Tampa King gets rid of Alcy already, going for Sexy Pinoy Boy. That is going to be a Subtle Shock on top of that payload, and Kenny G will not survive there. The bomb is big. Mercy with a punch, but it's just not getting up here for Uber Server, and it seems like we are going to be going potentially to a second round. Sam Banger in behind gets nothing from Natural Flow. He got booped away, but Vernon surviving. Too little, too late. A minute here for Ka-DPS, and this is a team that refuses to get eliminated from this tournament.
Sexy Pinoy Boy. My god, those bombs. His bombs are on point. Like, he just let it out on the payload, but the fact that when the ball is spinning around the payload, he's pretty much gonna get hit no matter what. And when you have a Sigma as their off tank, it's really hard to block all that whole radius damage. So it dealt so much damage to Milsons and pretty much killed Tapa King. Sexy Pinoy Boy has been doing so great as their diva player.
You know, if you're a Sexy Pinoy Boy, you're not gonna be a boy toy for anyone. But, you know, who has been toying with the Farah? That is gonna be that diva right there. Really goes to show, a little bit of understanding experience goes a long way, and I gotta say though, from the first map, I thought it would have been a kind of a sweep there. Ka-DPS kind of looking out of class, but the second map has really proven it wrong. King's Row an exciting time, and here on Dorado instead, it seems like we are gonna be in for even more. Dive composition right now with the old school Lucia Moira and the Reaper, but on a high ground map like this, Ka-DPS might have a little bit of a sync trouble with their other lines, so I like this better than Ash. I mean, hey, they're gonna play that Ash can go for the high ground if ever, and well, you can really say this tournament is all about pocket picks over, you know, proper meta, and we'll see. Basically, we're just looking at casual synergies here, and Curry Server is gonna be the captain of her own ship right there, Mr. Billy, on the payload all alone, but will be met by the Bastion in behind right now. MSB trying to go for the flag, and can they actually get it? Ka-DPS though doesn't get the kill out the Tapper King, and Curry Server though catching out Mercy instead. Resurrection right here right now. Milsons though on the wrong side with that barrier. Curry Server doing whatever the hell she wants from the other side, but Tapper King with the Bastion just letting the bullets rip. And Uber Server right here, right now, holding for the time being. Will this be a repeat of King's Row? But I don't think so, because for now, it seems like Uber Server has kind of the elements in their favor.
I'm not sure. I don't think Tapa King is aware that he should be in center mode as much as possible, because he keeps standing up every time the dive jumps on him.
It's a positioning here, Billy. It really goes to show. It's that positioning, and Tapa King this time at least stays into form, but Sexy Pinoy Boy with the dive, no top up, didn't go for the self-repair as well, and goodbye to the Bastion there, but you know, the real crux of this defense relies on that Bora Mercy, and Zeten also with that Coalescence. Earlier on the Zenyatta, not really too effective besides some really good Transcendence, but this time it's a big Coalescence, and the Barrage for good measure. Ka-DPS running out of rope. Factual Flow making sure that the news is just a little tighter right now with the sound barrier, but this might be game, set, and match. MSV trying to come forward, gets a leap on, 1000 HP to his demise, and will he last long enough to say the least? That can go back into the fight on that Bastion and throw a coin into that Wishing Well, and toss a coin to your Witcher, because that is just gonna be a beautiful recognition there from Uber Server. They hold the line, and with 4:31 on the clock, this is looking to be a very, very winnable game.
Very unfortunate though, because I really thought Ka-DPS had it when they killed the far off, and Curry server doing so much damage while everyone's focused on the dive. I just think that Brown Grizzly got booped to the floor and took way too long to get back to the team fight, and it just allowed the Bastion to melt the tanks just in time. So
Yeah,
that's a
and
problem when you play Reaper. You really need to try to catch up to your tanks. You can't let your tanks dive in and then just try to follow. You really need to use that teleportation aggressively.
hey, you know, you just gotta say though.
Sorry, the shadow step. The shadow step more aggressively.
No, or are you gonna say the shrouded step, the dark
No,
cover?
I said teleport. I said
Dude,
teleportation.
dude, you know, I've had to study that multiple times, and I was like, this is not the same person, guys. But you know, I gotta say, commend Ka-DPS first. This is looking to be the last part of their run, cause on Dorado, this is really
4
easy
minutes
to
and
take.
30 seconds.
4:31, but we have seen Dorado actually defended right here in the spawn.
They need
Even
to
in the
spawn
highest
camp
leagues.
if they really want to win.
Yeah,
really
like
need
they
to
have the
spawn
spawn camp, and right now Ka-DPS is giving them too much ground. This is one fight, and that's a whole shindig. Ryan Diva, then MSV, he's on that Reinhardt, sexy Pinoy boy. She's just gonna be playing that Diva again. Poetpick has been looking to shut down Mercy so much, but Mercy is gonna be actually taking a different flank on that Clara. And then we go with the halts. Drop down already from sexy Pinoy boy, and she's gonna get D-Mech immediately. Ka-DPS try to brawl into close quarters, and it seems like it's gonna work out for them. Without that other DPS into play, Mercy cannot do anything whatsoever. And that was just a really good bum rush there from Ka-DPS, understanding that where is the Pharah? Nowhere to be seen. Fuck it, let's go. Let's get rid of that Bastion already.
Very unfortunate timing there that Mercy was trying to go for a flank when she had a Bastion already, which is pretty much a big distraction for the team. That's the thing when you play a Pharah with a Bastion, you know that they're not really gonna focus on you that much because the Bastion's a bigger threat.
And hey, Ubis ever gonna go on that Mei instead? I like the stuff from Tapon King, especially on a specific point like this. One wall can make a difference, and MSP gonna get isolated here, I believe. Where is the concentration fire? The Rocket Brush is available, and in behind, here comes Mercy! And this is gonna be time to see the rain again. Mercy now with 2, and Ubis server, you can really say that they have really improved in so many ways. Here in the New Wave Invitationals, here in the TSAPH Overwatch Clashfest, and they will be our first semi-finals, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Ubis server winning out this match. Ka-DPS putting up such a good fight, but in the end, only one can move on, and Ubis server, they have made that one happen. Sweaty match though. I can really fear. I can
This is a
feel
great
it.
match.
It's been so good. That was finals worthy right there. But Mercy would play
what a
up the
first
game.
game.
I just gotta say though, I really commend Ka-DPS for everything they brought to the table. I think this is one of their first times I've really seen them in a tournament setting, and they did not disappoint here in the Overwatch TSAPH Clashfest. As we said before though, this is for the streaming communities, this is for the up-and-comers over anything of the highest tier, but it's a combination as well as a group up of the Philippine community from the Twitch and the LPH scene. And all I gotta say is, that was really, really impressive.
Yeah. I like
It's
the
a-
fact that, you know, since I joined pretty much the later end of the first match, I pretty much only saw the two very good games, and you know, I guess I should be glad that I didn't watch the first one because these last two matches were incredible.
It really was. And hey, you know, this isn't like OD contenders or anything, but this has been a great time for the Philippine scene, and well, Lijiang Tower, Dorado, enough for Ubis server to move on. Ka-DPS trying all they can, especially winning out a really clutch time there on King's Row. But overall, it was just still Ubis server and the Mercy show. Any MVPs though for Ka-DPS, Billy?
Curry server and Sexy Boy.
Sexy Pinoy boy who's a woman, by the way, if you guys didn't know. It was the biggest debatus right there. But hey, Ubis server is able to move on. Why you sound so disappointed? Oh.
No, because you know, I was like saying Sexy Boy with the sexy bombs.
And that was
It's still sexy.
It's
still
sex bomb
sexy.
right there. I know I'm going for the.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the
heartbreak.
bombs were on point.
The DM was really good too. Like the adjustments.
The
with
adjustment,
defense
yeah,
metrics.
the DM adjustment was huge actually. Like, King's Row, Mercy pretty much had free reign on that barrage, but in Dorado, Sexy Boy just pretty much ate all that barrage. Mercy can only get 1 kill, every time she barrages instead of the 4K, 3K she usually gets from King's Row.
Yeah, it's just value, honestly. It's just so much value there from Mercy, and I love that she's not really making it too much about herself and her highlight reel. Going for those clutch picks with the barrage is enough for the Pharah, and sure you can go for the big one, but usually you need the setup there, like the Nana boost from Anana, or maybe even a beat or chance or whatever, just to keep you alive. And but
Even a
it
bubble.
works out. Even a bubble, the bubble does pop though, but overall it was just Mercy understanding what her role was and Uber server coming together as one to do the thing together. So there you go, guys. Uber server is our first semi-finalist, gonna be facing off against the winner of our next match, which will be Ohana Shame versus Kiwi Noise. But I honestly gotta say though, that was one of the best matches I've seen here from the community, and I think if this is gonna be the standard that we are getting, I will be surprised, and I will be basically be like, damn, this is what I didn't expect this, and this is gonna be great things coming our way. But Ohana Shame versus Kiwi Noise coming up next. Congratulations against the Uber server. Great try there from Ka-DPS. All commendations there. But we will see you guys in just a bit. Stay tuned, stick around. This is the TSAPH Overwatch Clashfest Day number 1, the preliminaries.